Hello, my name is Jesse. I've been overweight since my 20s. This is me at 32. I'm going to put it down a little bit because I want you to see just how wide I am at the bar counter. It is really, really crazy. And so I was over 500 pounds in 2002, and in 2021, I was estimated to be over 650 pounds. And that's because the scale didn't go up high enough. It only went up to 600. And so I am a person who, well, let's face it, I've done some amazing things, and I'm going to let you see. Look at me now. I now weigh 318 pounds. I've lost over 340 pounds. And I am so grateful that a doctor told me what to do. I do keto. I don't eat processed foods and sugar. I try to eat, when I do eat natural foods, I try to limit the amount of sugar that's in the servings. Like meaning I don't eat corn because it's got a lot of sugar in it. Those are a lot of the things and the techniques of keto that I want to teach. I ended up doing all this after I left the hospital. I went to a nursing home. So there's my wheelchair and everything, and there's my bed, and there's another wheelchair and a walker and all this stuff. I just wanted you to know that in the most unlikely place in a nursing home, I actually lost all this weight. And for 2 years when I was in the nursing home, I tried a low sodium diet. I tried lowering the fat. I tried different techniques, and I did lose weight, but I didn't get any of my health back. And so I went from being on oxygen 24 hours a day. I was on 5 liters. I went from being on 3 different types of blood pressure medicine to 1. I was terribly anemic, and my blood wouldn't carry oxygen correctly, so that's why I used the oxygen. I had cirrhosis of the liver. I had to take medication twice a day just to live because my liver wasn't processing ammonia properly, and it would get to a level where I couldn't think clearly. And so that medication helped me regain my mind. And so after 2 years I lost 100 pounds, but I didn't get any of my health back. And so I started keto, and I went from 550 pounds to 318. I'm very grateful, and I told the Lord that I would pay it forward because this should not be kept. Anybody can do this. You just have to have the will to do it. My channel is going to be about teaching people how to do keto, the right foods to eat. I'll even show how to prepare some. There's a health drink that I like to drink, and that is very important to your well-being, and it helps get your body back in line. One of the keys is fasting. As you get more adapted into keto, you're going to be eating less meals, and that is going to up the time that you don't eat, so you're going to be fasting for part of the day. And as you get further into it, you're going to be fasting for longer periods of time, which is one of the things that I think actually helps you the most, because in a few different religions, they talk about how prayer and fasting is the key to success. for healing. And so when you stop eating, your body will, if you're in keto, your body will go and your autophagy will start to build after about 18 hours. You will then go, that is when your body goes into a state of repair, where it starts breaking down cells that haven't, that haven't been, that are malfunctioning. And that's just part of the body's natural process to eat those cells and then create new ones to take their place. It's kind of like changing the oil filter in your car or your fuel filter. There's a process that well, in a car it's exchangeable. Your liver and your organs are not exchangeable. So it is key to be doing this so that your body goes into a deep state of self-repair every once in a while. And that's what actually keeps you in excellent health. That and we eat too much. Eating 3 times a day, that's not good. Especially if you're not in good health. That's actually counterintuitive, because when your body's working on digesting food all the time, it doesn't really get into a deep state of self-repair. And so in the beginning, I was fasting for hours, and as it progressed, I was able to transfer into fasting for a day, fasting for 2 days, fasting for 3 days. Now, that took about 2 years for me to get into the state where I could fast for 3 days, just drinking water and having some electrolytes. And now, so it's a work in progress. But back in the days where we were hunter-gatherers, there was not food all the time. You couldn't just pop open the refrigerator every time you were hungry and eat. And so our bodies are not designed for that. It's good for the body to go without food for periods of time, because you end up cleaning up all the dead cells and making new ones. I have been doing this diet since July of 2023, and I don't really think it's a diet. I think I really look at it as I finally learned how to properly eat, and it all depends on what you want. If you're not in a bad state of health, you have to be strict, because if you're going to be doing this, anytime you eat over 50 grams of carbs or whatever your tolerance is, and you have sugar or whatever, you take yourself right out of keto. It'll, instead of your body running on fat, and that's the key, your body will switch back to running on sugar. And that is the way everybody's body normally is doing it these days, and that is not the way to be healthy. Also, you can be skinny and be in bad health. The amazing thing about this is that fat actually stores in your organs first on the inside before it ever expresses itself, on the outside. So everybody needs to be doing this. This is not just a thing if you're fat, okay? Skinny people have high blood pressure. Skinny people have diseases. So this does no guarantee that, you're on the right track and doing everything perfectly. The reason I do the version of keto that I do is that, well, I needed to lose this weight. I wanted to do it in a hurry because I have a life that I want to get back to. I want to live. I want to, run around and do anything that comes into my mind that I want to do. Being that heavy, I was a prisoner in my own body. I couldn't go run around. I like to, hike. I like to play frisbee golf. I like to do things. I couldn't do any of those things. I liked going to music festivals. I couldn't go to any of those either. I wasn't even in, so it was, my health was really robbing me of actually having a life. And I don't want that for anybody else. So I'm not some guy that's been skinny and in good shape all my life trying to help people. I'm actually somebody who's carried that weight, who knows exactly what the pain is. And so I am a safe person to talk to about the health concerns that you have, because I'm never going to make fun of you. I'm never going to not understand. And that understanding is what's going to make me truly be able to care and help people, because I know what it's like, and not everybody can say that. And I'm also incredibly honest, so I'm gonna, in a kind and loving manner, tell you what's going on and show you how you can do better, how you can change your life. And this is coming from somebody who, I didn't really get out of bed for over 2 years unless I needed to go to the bathroom. And now I walk and I ride a bike, and I'm a whole different person on the outside, but especially on the inside. I really want to help each and every one of you. So please come back, comment, let me help you. Tell me what's going on. And I really do have the real experience in losing this weight to be able to really understand the things that you're going through. And it is an invaluable thing to have somebody to lean on. And so I'd like to be here for each and every person that wants me to help them. Please have a good day, and come back soon. And if you wouldn't mind, if you know somebody who needs to hear the things that I'm saying and that would like to make a transformation in themselves and get themselves back into really going out and living life instead of sitting back and having life pass you by, please tell them. God bless and have a nice day.